I'm a huge addict of the 50s and 60s, and to be sitting here surrounded by all these wonderful textiles and ceramics is, to me, great fun. I have a house full of it at home, and you presumably do too.
Yes, I do. I mean, my flat, this is only a fraction of what I have. My flat is actually chock-a-block with stuff.
Many of the ceramics I know all too well because they're up in my roof at home. Ormskirk has embarrassingly faded from my mind completely. I can only remember glancing round to one side, and there is Jo in her 1960s kit. And I looked at her and thought, this is extraordinary. I'm not here. I'm back in the 60s. The kit you're in reminds me so much of my youth, I can't bear it. I was a teenager in the 50s and at art school in the 60s. And that's a very sort of formative period for somebody. What I've got is a sort of folk memory somewhere drifting around in here of that time. And it's that really which has driven me. It's not actually the objects themselves, it's what the period was about, the striving for something better. Those things sort of insidiously got into my mind, but they didn't come out again until about 20 years ago, when I suddenly started looking at 1950s things and thinking, well, it's actually really quite interesting.
Some of the recent fruits of David's 50s enthusiasm now sit alongside his ancient Japanese treasures.
I find objects fascinating. Whatever they are, I'm interested. Well, those are three things which I bought in the last 6 months. Less than that, 3 months. They are German, and they're of a group called Fat Lava. The middle one, the large one, really, I thought that was a staggering bit of shape making, and the colouring worked perfectly, very intense red. And that kind of sort of links to the lacquer there. And they were not expensive. So I started buying them. I mean, it didn't cost anything. My wife absolutely hated them, still does. They weren't allowed to be out anywhere. I mean, it's only because this is hidden away. Everything else has been up in the attic.
We decided to give David the chance to dust off a few select pieces to show his old 60s pal, Jo.
I remember you.
We've turned the tables on him and invited her to take a look at his collection 10 years on.
It'd be fascinating to see Jo, I don't know how many years on. I'm hoping she's going to come in her kit. And I hope that the spark will be there and that she hasn't lost interest in the 50s and gone back to the Rococo period or something.
There's no danger of that because Jo's still very much in the swinging 60s. So much so, she's recently taken up go-go dancing.
I'm really looking forward to it. It should be great fun. I think it's a very clever thing to have done, to have got her down here. Jo, good to see you.
Great to see you
How
again.
are you?
Very well, thank you.
Fantastic. You haven't changed.
Thank you very much, neither of you.
Are you still collecting?
I am collecting it. The passion never dies.
It doesn't, does it? Absolutely not. So what do you think of these bits and bobs?
I see you've got some nice homemaker there.
I've got quite a lot of homemaker, which was made by Ridgway from 1955 to 1965. It was exclusive to Woolworths, and they made 6 million pieces. I think it's wonderful. That's a coffee pot. I haven't got a teapot.
Haven't you?
Have you?
No, I haven't.
They're terribly
I love one.
rare,
They
you know.
are.
Anything here tempt you?
This.
Casson.
It's gorgeous, isn't it?
It is good. He was a very good watercolour artist. I mean, he taught Prince Charles to paint. You could buy a piece of Casson for, what, £15 or something?
Yes, I would think so.
Yeah,
But yes,
yeah.
certainly if you're looking for a small sugar bowl or something like
Exactly.
that. The baby blue colour just comes through beautifully,
It
doesn't
works, doesn't it? Yes, yes. And actually that sort of powder blue, which you were allowed during the war.
Oh, really?
Yeah. In 1953, the colour restrictions come off, and the whole thing goes completely bonkers.
So it just exploded.
It's exploded in colour, exactly. Has your collection sort of moved in a particular direction?
I would say that I'm still very much collecting everyday household things.
Right.
Still collecting clothes. I try to be a little bit more elegant now as I move into my dotage.
Oh, I think that clip of us, however long ago it was you were fantastic with your white stockings.
It's
and your
quite a
colourful-
swinging style, isn't it?
It really was, yes.
You do turn heads if you walk into a room like that.
Yeah,
you know.
I can imagine.